precious souls, welcome to our happy space. Let's find out what you need to know. Under the protection of Archangel Michael, I'm going to tap into your higher self, your guardian angels and spirit guides, and your ancestors. Come through with any information we can share, any guidance for those watching. Really? Oh. All right. What have we got? A little more, please. Oh, this looks promising. So we've got the Devil in reverse, we've got the Hierophant in the reverse, we've got the Star in the upright, we've got the Moon in the upright, we've got the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, and we've got the Eight of Wands in the upright. So it looks like somewhere, someone finally released some low vibration, okay? Somebody who operated in spiritual darkness. This could have been in the past. Looks like somebody is trying or has released themselves from addictions, attachments, and operating from the shadow side against spiritual laws. There's definitely been some healing there, okay, with the Star. There's hope or healing or both, but there are still some things hidden in the background. Even though someone is no longer juggling something, and there are quick messages coming forward regarding this. All right, Spirit, what do we need to know? The Devil in reverse, someone is tempered, patient, finding peace. What do we need to know about the Hierophant in reverse? This is someone who was definitely very greedy, really didn't know their self-worth. Somebody who was very ungrounded, who is operating at a shadow because it's in reverse. What do we need to know about the Star? Please, Spirit. There's hope. Now the illusions are removed, and maybe somebody's finally not allowing a bunch of options to get in the way of this healing and hope. What is this sticking out? Look at this. Oh, somebody doesn't want to feel the loss and remorse with regard to making somebody else an option and casting illusions. All right, let's go a little deeper. Let's find out about the Moon. What's being hidden that we need to know? What's being hidden? Oh, goodness. Oh. Okay, so it looks like there's some slow-moving offer, somebody coming in that you've waited for a very long time for. I feel like this might be connected to that Devil in reverse. Okay, they're finally coming in, but they're still sneaky. Things still aren't as they seem. This is what you don't see coming with the Moon. Two of Pentacles in reverse, please, Spirit. Somebody has been strategizing all in their head, not being able to sleep at night. I'm seeing, thank you, Spirit, that they're actually being tormented by some of the things that they did in the past. Okay, so this could even be their own ancestors trying to correct their behavior because they were juggling. They were juggling you and something else, perhaps. A little more about the Two of Pentacles in reverse, please. Yeah, okay. This person may have been juggling you along with some other lover, okay? For some of you. Remember, take this with a grain of salt. This is a general reading. It doesn't have to pertain to your circumstance. If you want a personal reading, all of my information is always below all my videos. But this person puts you in a frame of, in the context of competition, like they wanted you to compete for them, okay? That's not real healthy. We know that, don't we? This person was maybe very lusty, okay? Some of their addictions might have involved taking on multiple partners. having them fight over them. This person, I feel like they needed a lot of attention is what's coming through. All right, with the eight of wands coming through, what do we need to know about that? Quick moving messages regarding somebody who was held back, or someone who was held back from stepping up. Oh no. Okay. Thank you. There were messages blocked, apparently. These messages coming in are about what was done to stop an empress from stepping into her highest timeline. Okay? Thank you. I was going to say, what else do I need to know? But they're, of course, reading my mind. However, it looks like things worked out. It looks like no matter what this individual was doing, or what they were, who they were collaborating with in the background, regardless, you are destined for success and absolute freedom because you did the healing with the star there. You did the healing. Oh, I'm also seeing there's the star, the moon, and the sun in the upright. There is an interesting chemistry. It's like light and dark, shadow versus light. There's a lot going on here. And I'm saying chemistry because I'm seeing the stars. Yeah, okay, there's something going on here. I want to know that deeper meaning. Why am I seeing the star, the moon, and the sun in this reading, Spirit? Oh. Strength. Now, I always, when I read this card, I always say the lion is like taming the beast, like taming the ego, right? So we're no longer reactive. When we do the healing, we don't need the opinions and audience and accolades of everybody outside of us. We make our decisions based on what we feel is best for ourselves and our intuition. We no longer have the ego ruling us out of fear, insecurity, competition, jealousy, envy, any of that. Okay, so interesting. With the moon and the sun and the stars. And then they said strength. Oh, thank you. I love when they do that. Okay, you have actually mastered this incredible balance between all of these dynamics. So when you healed your ego, when you did the shadow work, when you did the dark night of the soul, when you did all of this, okay, you managed to find this incredible balance between your shadows and your light, okay, with the moon, the sun, and the stars, and that was through healing. And what you're doing, this is a beautiful chemistry that you can, I'm hearing shapeshift, time travel, which is nothing more than, time leaping, dimension leaping. Wow. You can call on your shadow, your light, your healing, your ability to bring hope to others. Because you found this incredible balance between all of it, you can relate to those who are still in their shadow. Very much so. You read them, but because you've experienced and not suppressed your shadows, right? The things that we're not proud of, or our old versions of ourselves, or the way that we handle things maybe in an unhealed way, all of those things, because you've mastered that and not shoved it down, but instead just gave them a big old hug and said, let's just put you over here. I see that you're here. My shadow exists. Yes, we all have a shadow. It's not going to go anywhere, right? It's there, but you've tamed it. And when you need to, when you're studying, there are people that studied you in your past. They watched your every move, and that's how they were able to get you to react in certain ways so that they could lead you to where it best served them through manipulation. Throw a big rock in the pond and the ripples do something, and then you react, and then they get you moving a certain way. That's right. All the things and the conflict and the massive, crazy, outlandish challenges that you faced in your life, that was this energy, right, if you will. Those who wanted to keep you under surveillance and control. Okay. Yeah, because you're able to, because they were studying you, you were forced, because you're so wise. Okay. You're a very high ranking spirit. You were able to study them at the same time, but they didn't consider that maybe while they were studying you and you were seeing the patterns and recognizing when this happens, this is the effect. When this happened, and these things kept happening, and you kept getting shoved into corners, over here, over there, over here, over there. And so you studied these. You are so powerful for this reason because you can put yourself in the place of those who operate in the deepest of shadows, even though it seems diabolical to your beautiful light being, okay? But you were able to because you were forced to for a reason. You are meant to bring this information forward and share it with others. This is going to bring so much hope and healing to bring this to light, to bring this to light. This is going to bring so much hope and healing for those who have endured these hidden things that no one could understand because they're so outlandish. And we'd have to really get past our ego and expand our mind to put ourselves in to fathom some of the things and the level that some of these people have gone to keep things not appearing as they really are, to bring conflict, and to keep the world segregating itself and in constant competition when that doesn't even exist. People that will walk past homeless people and not even blink an eye. People that will treat their enemies in dark ways and vindictive ways just out of reaction of the ego instead of saying we are truly all connected. And it is these higher level, invisible, if you will, people using means that are very much not what we're familiar with. If you see the stars outside of our realm of understanding, to control who attains this level of freedom, this level of light and success. Oh my goodness. I was not expecting a reading like this, but I feel truly honored to be in the presence of someone who's figured this out. You are so perceptive. What else do we need to know, Spirit? This is exciting. So for this reason, because it's starting to get really obvious that you know what has been going on in the background, you see the big picture. They are very much afraid of coming forward with any more information. At one point, if you follow my readings and you look back, there was always this disrupting my reading, saying someone's coming in with information, with clarity. No, they are trying desperately, all in their head. How do I strategize? There's no way to come in now. He knows. She knows. The truth is already out there. What's going to happen as a result of this, Spirit? All the right people like you are going to collaborate and are going to crumble the existing systems that have oppressed and very much selectively, oppressed, repressed the entire population. Those who were in power are going to lose their point of power. Because when everybody has this kind of knowledge, once it's shared, because that's what's fair, there is no hierarchy, not in our true reality. Those people who were trying to suppress and destroy and keep everybody from knowing, trying to silence you in your life, trying to silence those who know, those who were suspicious, those out of the box thinkers. There's no stopping this. It is destined. But I see that you are a very intricate part of this. And I think maybe because you're going to have more and more people inspiring them to share their story all over the world, you're going to share your story and the magnitude of the craziness that is to help other people expand their minds. Yes, this is very real. They call it gang stalking, but it's not a gang of people. I just saw something behind me here that's interesting. I've been seeing a lot of orbs. There's a lot of monitoring ones that are very interested in what I'm speaking aloud, especially lately. I've been watched under surveillance as well, just like you. But It's getting really close to the finish line, isn't it? Where there will be created a world where we are all equal. And where will they stand then? When they might be the ones who, just out of mere balance in the universal laws, they might be the ones who are homeless. They might be the ones who feel like they are less than. It's just the way the world works, okay? Balance is always going to be restored. I feel like you are a huge part of this. Oh, goodness, you are a huge part of this. But the right people and you will find each other, and you will collaborate together to create new systems and new ways to get this information out. And it is not easy being someone who is bringing so much change to the entire world, because people are reluctant to look outside of their comfort zone and all they've ever known. Oh, look at this. Celebrations, reuniting of souls and soul contracts. So the people that you are fated to meet in this life and to work together with to bring forward these changes, you're in complete alignment, okay? This cannot be stopped. This cannot be stopped. I'm hearing, and thank you, Spirit, that they weren't expecting everything to unravel this fast. Well, how unfortunate for some, for the ones that, abuse their power and authority. What else do we need to know, Spirit? Oh, Queen of Swords, your discernment is so on point, that there is no one that can be sent in to try to penetrate this fortress around you. You see the truth and you speak the truth. You no longer worry about popularity and whether people are going to disagree or agree or try to create conflict, because you've already been through it all. You've already been through all that they have thrown at you. You are no longer afraid of the consequences of being authentic, which is what we are, the entire planet. We are all meant to thrive, to be, okay? Where there is no jealousy, there's no competition, there's no hate, there's no looking down our nose at people, there is no fear and insecurity of any kind. And at the soul level, this is the way it's going to be. It was always meant to be. But those who have abused their power and authority are truly falling, okay? They are truly, it's crumbling. It cannot exist in this timeline. Ooh. Anything else, Spirit? One more pass. This is wild, guys. Look at Ten of Pentacles. Your reward for all that you've endured on this path that you chose to create in your life, okay? For all of the conflict you've endured, for all of the ways that you were slammed and attacked constantly just for trying to spread this information and wisdom to others, it is all being rewarded. You've broken so many cycles all along your journey, okay? Generational cycles. The karma has all been balanced. You have freed your ancestors. You've freed, whether you call it spirit, whether you call it infinite intelligence, whether you call it alien, whatever you want to call it, okay? You have broken through timelines, parallels, shattered the way that things existed that were unhealthy because of your choice to advocate for yourself, set healthy boundaries, to be loving with yourself, to break old habits and patterns, to start pouring love into yourself, to stay focused on what it is that you feel called to do instead of being disrupted and allowing other people to push and pull you, to heal all of these inner wounds as your childhood wounds so that you will no longer be reactive. This was your secret weapon, right? You are not who was once attacked by these individuals. You are not that person anymore. You are not a fragile little sensitive soul. Maybe deep down inside you've got the most loving heart. Of course you do, right? But what I'm seeing is you've even broken through someone who came against you. You have broken through this heavy, dark layer of this individual that was trying to take you down, okay? And honestly, I'm getting through right now. This individual, for some of you, was actually receiving compensation or payment to come in and penetrate your walls, okay? Get in, be all, good with you, get to know all your information and report back. Reporting back to who? To whatever group or cult or whatever you want to call it, coven that they were operating under. So this person, this individual who had this really operated completely at a shadow, they were a puppet. They were a pet to this coven, all right? Operating in shadow darkness. This individual was compensated, promised things to come in and find out what's going on with this little earth angel, this light being, this however you want to resonate, okay? They were very unsuccessful. They got in. They obviously are showing up in this reading. They got in. They revealed some of the information. But there's something that you did, whether I think you're just like a walking karma lesson, I guess. Karma lesson, tower. You're like a walking light. You really triggered this person. But this person also triggered you into the last remaining huge milestones that you were meant to heal beyond, okay? But you triggered them too. You triggered them too. You're about to receive a lot of stability, so much security, and enough wealth and prosperity that you or generations in your lineage to follow will never have to stress again. And this is because the information that you hold is so important and powerful. It is world changing. That is why so many people were coming against you. And I'm not trying to spread fear, but understand how powerful you really are. Understand how powerful you truly are and what you hold within your skin suit. This intense light of a billion worlds, okay, exists in you. And you coming forward and sharing this and healing so many people is, you will tell so many, and then they will tell so many this word, this belief, this showing fearlessly with this strength to come forward and be authentically yourself so that they can do it, so that they can do it. You are carving out a space in this reality where everyone has a safe space to come forward and be authentic and to speak on their story and to speak on the truth about what really goes on in the background, okay? What really goes on in the background that most people would not even fathom because they got their blinders on. They're just living in this illusion, if you will. You see beyond the illusion, and you're going to teach people how to do the same. You're going to teach them because the experiences you share, other people will go, wow, I've experienced that. You mean it wasn't just this, or it wasn't just me, or it wasn't just God picking on me, or whatever you want to relate to, right? This is how powerful you are. Told me to look at the bottom. Yeah, some people are going to owe you a little bit of an apology, but you know what? Don't even focus on that because I feel like you've already grown beyond this. Doesn't matter. You've let it go with forgiveness. Not forgetting, but certainly with forgiveness, even though you are keeping those out of your energy with the Queen of Swords. But you've let it go because you don't need a ball and chain holding you grounded to a world that is dissolving. There is no anger. There's no need to be full of rage and reactive, because rage, when we don't keep it under control and use that either to push us through difficult times or to acknowledge that there's been an injustice, but it is not our place to be vindictive and enforce pain or, harm to others. And you know this because of who you are at the core. And they took that as weakness, but that is your greatest strength. Your authentic, unconditional love and your hope and your healing soul is exactly what your superpower is because you're so authentic. So, hey, you may get apologies, may not, but let me tell you, they're awfully sorry. They're awfully sorry for what they assumed with you. All right, let's get a dragon message, guys. This is a very powerful reading. Every time I do one of these general readings, I don't honestly know what is always going to come out, guys. I might get channeled messages ahead, but um, they've been getting more and more powerful, and I just love to see that if I'm speaking the general reading aloud and what's coming through is shared with people, it certainly feels good to know that there are others like me out there. It feels so good because for the longest time I started to wonder, when is this all going to happen? This collaboration with others. All right, Spirit, please, I call on the dragons to give me a message that is true and authentic. Absolutely true. No harm done to anybody, in everybody's best and highest good. Which dragon wants to come forward with something to share? Some wisdom, some guidance for those watching. Spirit. I've never read this card. Number 8. And strength is number 8, guys. 8. What is the page number? You've got to be kidding me. 66. 66 is the page number. See my little sticker that I have to put stickers on so I could find the page. 66 and 88 are definitely relevant in this reading. Okay, let me read this to you guys. Oh, I've never read Spirit. I'm excited. Look at that card, too. That looks so intense. Thank you, Dragon. Let's see what you have to say. Ooh, where did I put the book? Right here. Page 66. Oh, you have so much vision to bring to this world. So much vision and unconditional love. And I accidentally turned to page 88. So there's a lot of eights. There's a lot of abundance. You called back your power. No one can manipulate you anymore. You're free. You are free with the Sun card. You are so free to explore the life that you were always meant to explore and to be a part of. You are not going to be held down anymore. All right, Spirit. You are truly awesome and your own creator. That's in quotes. I love this. Spirit appears to us when we are gearing up for another steep learning curve on our spiritual path. He connects most strongly with those who have begun to work on themselves and are here and are well and truly underway with their spiritual journey. His arrival frequently precedes those whose job it is to work for the planet and humankind. The dragon spirit connects with those in particular who have embarked upon a transitional journey of deep self-healing and self-understanding, and those beginning to recognize the bigger picture within the circle of life. He reminds us that everything is interconnected. There is no separation. He says there is no you and I as separate beings. We are all one energy. If he has swooped into your reading today, he says, call upon my energy to support you as we prepare for your next step of your amazing journey. You will go through a myriad of shifts and changes, self-doubt and euphoria as you embrace the next deep learning process. I am here to guide you through those shifts and changes. You are a spiritual being in a physical form, and you have the potential to live a soul-filled spiritual existence on earth. You are truly awesome and your own creator, so embrace what it is to come on the next leg of your journey. If you are feeling spiritually disconnected, lost, or simply overwhelmed, call on Spirit to guide your way. Your job here is to watch and listen to your feelings, sudden flashes of inspiration, and as always, signs and symbols from the dragon clans. Although these are sent by the dragons, they can be subtle, so be aware and look out for them. Meditate with Spirit and ask for his guidance to inspire and enlighten you. Woo! You're free. You are free, and you are about to make some big changes on this planet. And for that, I am so grateful for you. Thank you, Spirit Dragon. I am sending you guys so much love. You've got this. You've gone through all this, and you're heading towards something so incredible. And as the dragon said, you are awesome. This next stretch is going to be quite remarkable, and I'm so grateful for your part in it. All my information's below each video, you guys. Take care, and thank you. I'm so proud of you.